up? What's good, people? What is up? What is They went from the fourth level of hell and sent us down to the seventh level of hell. Why? Because then you got Kwanzaa pulling out her titties. The whore pulled out her titties. And these whore bags over here started feeling and fondling on her tits. Mike.
I don't have it to do with you. Girl, you can go over there, rant and rave. Girl, you can shake all your rainbow bright hair all you want, dear one. I'm not doing this. I'm not doing this with you, dear one. I'm not doing this with you, dear one. I don't have nothing to do with you, and I'm done. Baby, you can scream my name from the rooftops from now till Jesus come back. I'm done after this.
Introduced to Tick's Meat. Do you see what I see? Did y'all really hello, casting, wardrobe, y'all let him roll up out of wardrobe with these fans on, giving us all of this, thinking we were not going to see it? We have been waiting with bated breath and anticipating all season long for the slightest glimpse, and y'all just put it out there this episode in all of its magnificent glory.
Listen, that young man said, baby, you ate on this first date, you giving up the cooch on the first date, okay? Or you gonna run me my coins? Run me my cooch or run me my coins? Run me my cooch or run me my coins? Run me my cooch or run me my coins? That's our new theme song. That is the new song. Listen, somebody need to put a beat to that. Run me my cooch or run me my coins. Run me my cooch or run me my coins. This what y'all got going on.
Called out Sandcastle. Sand, bitch. Oh my God, it was so funny, girl. Woo, baby, listen, let me tell you something. This shit started to turn into the precursor for some gay porn. That's what I thought it was. Because Big T is getting all, the voice starting to go deeper and get a little more wet and moist and sentimental and all this shit. And it was real gay at this point. Like, I thought the bitches was going to stop. I thought Lil Murder was going to turn Big T around and do him like he did on Cliff and do the grease it up with City Lube and ran right in there. It's not a coincidence that Big T started off the conversation trying to find out if Lil Murder was fucking Mercedes, which he found out he's not. It's also not a coincidence that he would start talking about prison. Why? Because the bitches was probably fucking in prison. Girl. Cliff, you better go get your man. Big T got plans for that. What he had on looked like something Big Bird vomited up or something like that. Like, I did not like it. That Big Bird couture he was going for, it did not work. Like the pastor of a gay mega church on Easter Sunday. Okay, it was way too much sequins. He had way too much makeup. Baby, his face looked like Iyanla Vanzant's neckline. Okay, just way too much makeup clumped in everywhere on his face. Get it together, sweetheart. Like, you're a big girl, so that gives you a whole lot of canvas. So that was a whole lot of makeup, honey. And Rico looked like he was auditioning to be one of the three kings, or he was auditioning to be the main character on Jesus Christ Superstar. Girl, Wayne, did you have on a blue thong or a blue G-string or something? If you did, I want to see you. Get me up in my DMs because I do want to see if you have a blue thong or a blue, jock strap, something like that. I'd love to see it too. Anyway, but I liked it with the turtleneck. Now, Troy.
Hey, I'm sorry, y'all. I was trying to handle some business before the live started, and it went longer than I needed. Somebody sent me something, and I wanted to try to respond, and it did not go as quickly as I thought it would. So I'm trying to put out some notifications real quick to let the people know we are live. I apologize for not being ready. Hold on one moment. All right. That should be it. All right. Had to put it in the members only chat. Shout out to the members. We had a great members only live yesterday. Had a good time. Down to the members only live. Anyway, I'm getting my notes together because if you notice, I did not do a Potomac review. I'm going to do it during this live. I have my notes, so I'm going to do my Potomac live when we get out of the Sugar Spike segment into the dossier. I will do a review of Potomac. It's real brief because we'll talk about it then. Anyway, let me say hey to y'all because we got to get out of here. I got to get out of here on time. I got some stuff to do tonight. Members, y'all know what I'm talking about, so I got to go do all of the things. Anyway, so my goal is to be out of here on time at 6:45. That's my goal. Let me say hey to y'all and then we'll get this party started. Hey, Crazy Homebody Girl, Tracy W, Universal Goddess, Pinky Tiki, The Informed, Tarshell, Tamra. Hey, Catherine Powell. Jeannie, hey, friend. Candace F, what's going on? DPG, how are you? Hey, Mama Bees, China White. It's glad to see you too. I'm glad to see you too, China White. Hey, Chimera. Hey, Demetria, what's going on, boo? Janae. Terrence, what's good, bruh? I am going to cover Chicago. Yes, I did not get to watch all of his news conference, but I am going to cover Chicago today. Yes. I was watching bits and pieces. I was trying to get some work done and all of that stuff. And I got sidetracked and then I had to put the dossier together. So I didn't get to watch the whole thing. But I am going to cover it. Hey, Sharice, what's going on, my love? Chef Don, what is going on, sir? Coming to us all the way from Hey, Chef. Hey, Karen D, J Diva. Hey, Lock Queen, what's going on? Well, you need to hit me up, sir. I'm very easily found. My number is on a bathroom wall somewhere, I'm sure. What's going on? Drinks with D. Everybody, make sure y'all hit the like button so we can get into the algorithm. Butterfly, what's going on, beautiful? Hey, Precious Jewel. Hey, everybody. Hey, everybody. Grown woman, don't try me. How are you today, my love? Good to see you. Child, it's somewhere, child. For a good time. And they got my number up there. Child. Child. Anyway, if y'all ready to get this party started, I am ready to get this party started. So go ahead and put a Shondo in the chat. Let me know you ready to get this party started, and I'll have now look at here. Hey, Tracy, that is code language for the members. Shout out to the members. I cannot stand you right now, Tracy. Oh my God, the members on the chat yesterday gave life and gave life abundant. And hey, Angela, what's going on? For the members that have not, make sure you go see the members only chat from yesterday. I'm probably going to take that members only chat down. I might take it down. I know I'm gonna take it down by the end of the week. It'll be down. I know that. Look at Universal Goddess. Y'all ain't no good. Child. Y'all ain't no good. Hey. Oh Lord. YouTube, The Informed, et tu, Brute. Really, The Informed? You're supposed to be my dog. We're supposed to be in it to win it, The Informed, and you over here with these people. Anyway, y'all, we about to get this. Look at your name. Goddamn Xavier. Oh my God. Crazy Homebody Girl. I thought you was in the Members Only Live yesterday. I know I saw you in there yesterday, Crazy Homebody Girl. Ooh, child. Y'all got me laughing over here with real thug tears over here. Ooh, child. Anyway. You too, Terrence? Really? Bruh. We supposed to be in this together. Oh my God. Hey, Miss E, what's going on? It is always Xavier. He ain't right. He is not. That's why people cannot sit next to Xavier when they first come around here. You are not allowed to sit next to Xavier. God. Mm-mm. Anyway, since y'all ready to get this party started, please come save me, Larry. Because these people, please, Larry, I beg of thee, please cometh hither and save me, please. And with that being said, ladies and gentlemen, non-binary, gender-conforming members of our audience, I bring to you the late, great Larry Myers to help us usher in our Sugar Spike segment.
Oh, God. You see, this is the part that I like.
Major sugar spike.
So loved the world. I want to fight. That he gave his only begotten son.
Major sugar spike.
And shall ever believe.
Major sugar spike.
They shall not perish, but have everlasting life.
Taste the biscuit.
Jesus. Thank you, Larry. Hold on, y'all, 1 second. I got something that was not added to the dossier, but I feel the urge to add it. Hold on, y'all. Hold on. Give me just a second. I want to see if I can quickly add this to the dossier. Hold on. Give me a second. It won't take me long. It will not take me long at all. Now that will take me long why did that open? Close, stupid thing. I don't know why that opened. I'm opening the wrong thing. I wanted that. Okay, this is what I want. Hold on, y'all. Okay. Hold on, y'all. Give me just a sec. I just got a story that just got added to the dossier, and I need to add this story because it is pressing news. So yeah, I want to not give y'all all the pressing news, okay? We count ourselves we count on being, up to speed on everything. You know what I'm saying? Hold on. Okay. See, hold on 1 second, y'all. Talk amongst yourselves. Talk amongst yourselves. Okay, so we'll put that right there. Okay. Okay. Where did it go, y'all? Oh, there it is right there. Okay. There it is. And then we will do this like this because I don't want to lose it. I don't want to lose your love. 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 Don't want. Okay, I'm ready. We ready for real this time. Larry, we need you to go one more time, Larry, because I wasn't ready. I wasn't ready. I wasn't ready. Larry, one more time. Ladies and gentlemen, non-binary, gender-conforming members of our audience, the late, great Larry Myers help us usher in our Sugar Spike segment.
Oh, God. You see, this is the part that I like.
Major sugar spike.
So loved the world, I want to fight. That he gave his only begotten son.
Major sugar spike.
And who shall ever believe?
Major sugar spike.
They shall not perish, but have everlasting life.
Taste the biscuit.
Jesus. Thank you, Larry. Okay, for real this time. We start our Sugar Spike segment today in actually in Portland. Let me say hi to a couple people. Hey, Aquarius, the only real sign. The Dare Show, what's going on? Montrez, what's good, bruh? V. Carter, how are you? Hey, Miss Old School. Tiffany Blue. Ciao. And yeah, everybody coming in. Everybody. Coming in. Hey Angela, I didn't even say hey to you. So we're starting off in Portland with the situation over in Portland. We're starting there first. So a U.S. judge has for the second time in 2 days has basically said that it's illegal for President Donald John to deploy National Guard members from anywhere in the U.S. into Portland, Oregon. A Trump-appointed federal judge in Oregon is the one who made that ruling. The late Sunday ruling expanded on a more narrow Saturday ruling that prevented the administration from sending Oregon National Guard troops to the state's largest city, which President Donald John has said is necessary to quell protests at an immigration and customs enforcement facility, a claim strongly disputed by local and state officials. The hastily scheduled Sunday hearing came after officials in both Oregon and California objected in court to Trump reassigning federalized guard troops in Los Angeles to Portland in an apparent effort to get around the judge's Saturday order. Now, the judge Saturday said that they could not use Oregon National Guard. So what Trump tried to do was he tried to federalize the National Guard in California, specifically in the Los Angeles area, and send them to Portland, Oregon, to skirt around the Saturday adjudication. And the judge on Sunday was like, hell nah, because California's sued, as well as Oregon sued as well. The ruling said, quote, there is no rebellion in Portland. There are no laws that defendants are unable to execute with regular force in Portland, end of quote. And that's according to the ruling coming from said judge. And that was from U.S. District Judge Karen Immergut. She also in the court in the hearing, which lasted 30 minutes, she pressed the Justice Department's Deputy Assistant Attorney General Eric Hamilton, expressing frustration over what she characterized as an apparent attempt to sidestep her Saturday order. Now, on Saturday, the same judge, Trump appointed judge, Karen Emmerget, she passed an order blocking Oregon National Guard troops from being used in Portland. And so when they, like I said, when they tried to skirt around it, it came before her court room again, and she said, "I know the fuck you lying. Bitch, I told you yesterday you couldn't send National Guard. So you think you just gonna send California National Guards because I told you couldn't send Oregon? Hell nah, bitch." She's in her findings. She said that they have quote the president has quote exceeded his constitutional authority, end of quote, by federalizing the troops because protests in Portland quote did not pose a danger of rebellion, end of quote. Mm-hmm. 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 And this is a Trump appointed judge. Mm-hmm. Said, yeah, bro, we ain't doing that. Hey, Paul. So yeah, she said we're not here for none of it. It's good to see. Hopefully, we'll start to see this happen in more courtrooms around the country. Speaking of which, we leave Portland and go over to Chicago to give you an update on the situation down to the Chicago. Now, Chicago or the state of Illinois is also suing the Trump administration over sending National Guard troops to Chicago. The state of Illinois has sued the Trump administration after the president uh, um, ordered troops to be deployed to Chicago, and that's according to several news outlets. The lawsuit, which aims to block the deployment, which allegedly, quote, infringes on Illinois' sovereignty and right to self-governance, end of quote. The lawsuit was filed today. It names the president, Homeland Security Secretary Kristi Noem, Defense Secretary Pete Hegseth, and Army Secretary Daniel Disgrove as defendants. The Illinois Attorney General wrote in the lawsuit, quote, "The American people, regardless of where they reside, should not live under the threat of occupation by the United States military, particularly not simply because their city or state leadership has fallen out of a president's favor. The Trump administration's illegal actions already have subjected and are subjecting Illinois to serious and irreparable harm," end of quote. The lawsuit comes just 2 days after Illinois Governor J.B. Pritzker said the administration was planning to federalize 300 members of the Illinois National Guard. The governor, who is a Democrat, said the Department of Defense gave him an ultimatum telling him, quote, "Call up your troops or we will." In a in statements to news outlets, the White House confirmed that the Trump administration authorized troops to go to Illinois. White House spokesperson Abigail Jackson said Trump authorized, quote, 300 National Guardsmen to protect federal officers and assets. President Trump will not turn a blind eye to the lawlessness plaguing American cities, end of quote. It wasn't the first time the president has said he would send federal law enforcement to Chicago to respond to the crime, to crime. So let's be clear. They've also threatened to send the 82nd Airborne to American cities. Now, let's be clear. There is a proviso, a carve out of hey Ravine, in the Constitution that says you can use, I believe, not the military. You can use the Marines if there is a reason to protect a federal building. There's a carve out that allows for the deployment of Marines to protect a federal building, but even that carve out has strict stipulations. Nowhere in the Constitution or any carve outs is there the deployment of the 82nd Airborne or other factions of the Army, Air Force, Navy, or the Marines or any other parts of the military for that matter. It's just a fucking mess. Hey, Ronald. So Illinois, as did just as Oregon did, Illinois is suing. However, here's the update on that. While the Trump appointed judge over in Portland, Oregon, blocked the Trump administration from sending National Guard troops into Portland, a federal judge in the Chicago case said that the federal judge said that they will not immediately block National Guard troops from being deployed in Illinois after a lawsuit from the state against the president today. Troops from Texas could be deployed to Chicago later this week. And Trump is also seeking to federalize Illinois' National Guard. A similar effort to deploy Portland troops, we just learned, was blocked in that state. The Illinois Attorney General Kwame Raoul filed a lawsuit seeking to stop Donald John from calling up the state's National Guard or sending in troops from other states immediately and permanently. Now, the federal judge said that they would not immediately stop the Trump administration from deploying National Guard troops into the great city of Chicago. Anybody want to know what one of the immediate and glaring differences in these two cases are? Anybody want to take a stab at one of the immediate differences in these two cases are? Anybody want to take a stab at that? I'm just asking y'all to help me. You got the judge in Oregon, Portland case said, no, we're not sending federal troops there, National Guard there. You cannot go. Same situation, exact same situation. Down to the Chicago lawsuit filed by the state of Illinois, Illinois' Attorney General, just like Oregon's Attorney General did. Anybody want to take a crack at what the immediate glaring difference is? Thank you, The Informed. Hey, Savon. Thank you, DPG. Mm-hmm. The amount of black and brown people in Chicago, Illinois, dwarfs that in the great city of Portland, Oregon. The mayor and many, I shouldn't say most, but many local officials in the great city of Chicago are black. The city of Chicago was founded by a black man. Go look it up. They sure were. Sure were. The Informed, please teach the people. So, hold on one second, y'all. Hold on one second. I got to hold on one second, y'all. 1 second. I gotta send this to hold on, y'all. Hold on 1 second, y'all. I apologize. Give me a second. But yeah, this is happening. Here we are. Hey, brown mama. Here we are. School the people, universal goddess. See, I dropped little nuggets, universal goddess, but it was an IECN that helped to found the city of Chicago. Was. Mm-hmm. 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 A black man. Hey, Cassandra. But I mean, that just sticks out to me. Maybe I'm looking too far into this. They will accuse me of saying, "Oh, El Teddy, you always try to make it a black situation or, a black and white situation. What do you want for me to do? This country makes everything black and white. What do you want from me?" I'm just pointing out the obvious. I'm just pointing out the obvious. But here we are. Here the fuck we are. Here we are. Child. Um all I know is we need to be vigilant. We need to understand that these people want us to be afraid, be in fear, stay silent, and do nothing but sit there. You know what they really want us to do? I'm gonna tell you right now what they want us to do. What they want you to do is, like you hear some people say, "Oh no, don't say nothing bad. No, oh no, don't go out there and protest. Oh no, don't go out there and do anything that'll make them angry. We're gonna wait until the 2026 midterms." These people didn't come out for the 2024 elections. We don't even know if we still going to be hanging on to what's left of a democracy by the time we get to the damn midterm elections. And you really think that these people are going to go out there and in droves just all of a sudden say, "Let me just pick it up and go and vote now in 2026." I mean, I really sometimes wonder what fantasy world some of these people are living in. So I ask again, you're going to sit there and let your freedom be taken from you? The people in Chicago who are black and white are being told that they have to carry a passport or a birth certificate or some form of identification that verifies and validates them being an American citizen. What this is are having to have freedom papers that our ancestors had to have in the North back 200 years ago. That's all this is. We are back to the day where you literally have to have freedom papers when you leave your house, or they will snatch you up. The slave patrol, ICE, will snatch your ass up because massa is looking for you if you don't have your freedom papers, a passport or some birth certificate. And even in those cases, they're not even giving people a chance to fucking take the paperwork out. They just snatch you up, throw you in some type of detainment facility or jail and say, "We'll figure it out later." And for me, black people are way too the fuck calm for my liking. We are way too calm for my liking. Hey, Uncle Jay. Black people are way too the fuck calm for me. Because the same way an immigrant can be black or brown, an illegal immigrant can be white. Newsflash, an illegal immigrant can be white. Who would have thunk it? Chef Don Don said he had to have a spike out moment. We're literally living in times where the ICE is being used as another branch of the military, also being used as a way for the federal government to have its own new-founded slave patrols. And now you'll be asked for your freedom papers. And if you cannot show your freedom papers, you will be detained and jailed. Here we are. Oh yeah, there's going to be none of that getting a passport now. The government is shut down. God forbid your passport expire. I don't know how long this shutdown is going to last. However, if the shutdown lasts longer than the expiration of your passport, what happens then? I'm just asking. Demetria, it's more like 1825. We ain't even going back to 1885. At least there was the Emancipation Proclamation at that point. They don't went back to 1825. Back when we were still slaves. Absolutely. Police forces and sheriff's offices were founded, well, sheriff's offices first were founded as slave patrols. That was the whole purpose at first. Police departments came along when major cities started because they wanted to keep black people out of white neighborhoods. So they had to police who was allowed in and out of some of these areas. Aquarius listen. I don't know what to tell you. You may not get that until after this shutdown is over. It is there. It's exactly the same. It's a whole situation out here. But I see a lot of black people, they way too calm. I don't know what you're waiting for. Because every time you sit back and wait, by the time you wake up, it's too late. They said, oh, let's not get involved in LA. That's mainly the Hispanics. Oh, they over in DC. Well, that's just DC. They're not they're under federal control anyway. So let the blacks over there deal with it. Oh, they're in Chicago. Oh, well, that's up there in the north. That Portland, Oregon. Oh, that's just the black people up there. Okay. I keep trying to tell y'all. They're coming to a blue city in a red state. And when they come to the blue city in the red state, there will be no protection. There will be no one stopping the federalization of the National Guard. There will be no stopping it. At least in these blue states, you have attorneys general that are trying to thwart this, trying to stop this. When they come to a blue city in a red state, they will have unfettered access and support. If you have a local mayor that is blue, guess what that governor can do? That governor can put your mayor out of office immediately. Can a duly elected mayor, your governor can have your mayor removed. Go look at your state constitutions. If they want to come in, they will come in with full, unabridged, unfettered access. And at that point, because it's so weird to me. This shit is weird to me because I watch some of these black people that be out here, oh no, don't do that, don't go out there. And these are black people, majority of the ones who I watch, they live in the South. They live in southern states and happen to live in a fucking blue city and are telling people, yeah, we don't need to do nothing. Just wait around. Just hold on. Well, next year, we just gotta wait till next year, November. And then everything's gonna be fixed and solved. Like, what fantasy world are these people living in? So we're just supposed to be quiet and say, yes, sir, massa, no, sir, massa, and just wait it out. Wait it out. Meanwhile, back at the ranch, black bodies, black people, black babies are being subjected to atrocities all over the fucking place. But they's telling us to sit up. Oh no, don't fall for it. Don't go out there. They gonna get you. Don't say nothing bad. They coming for the people who talk bad. Really? Like, I literally saw black people say, watch what you put on your platform. You know, try not to say too much. Because they may silence you. They gonna come after you. And don't go out there. If you see people protesting, don't go out there. How crazy does that look? That you literally have in some of these states, you have white people that are literally going out there and protesting and putting their bodies on the line for black and brown people who are telling their people, don't go out there. Just leave it to the white people only to go out there because that's how we're going to get saved. We're not going to be a part of any of the resistance that is needed for our safety and protection, right? I'm just trying to grapple with this and wrap my hands around this. Listen, Tracy, you spoke a word right there. The things that have happened in the last what's this? The last 8.5 months will have irreparable damage, and we will not see some of this stuff fixed in our lifetime, no matter who's in charge. No matter who's in charge. But I guess we just supposed to sit back and just take it and say, well, I guess this is our lot in life. Damn knows coming after us. I keep reminding our people, what if our ancestors had the same mentality as some of these black people we see today? We wouldn't have anything. What if black people that had to endure slavery said, well, this is where we are. This is our lot in life. And we just going to sit here and take it. And it's just going to be it. Here it is. What if our ancestors during the Jim Crow South said, well, we just have to endure it. This is our lot in life. And, you know, I guess we'll get our reward in the sweet by and by. Like, who made these people? Like, all of this shit is just baffling. Like I really cannot wrap my hands around a lot of this shit. Like, I really can't wrap. And so My fear is, and I keep saying this, when it comes knocking at your door, it is too late. You don't get prepared for this when it knocks at your door, because when it knocks at your door, it's already too late. When they deploy to your city, it is already too late. Hey, Katrina. Just a mess. Just a you know what? If I'm being honest, Auntie Kim, with a lot of the stuff that's been coming out in the last couple months, I cannot, and I'm not a conspiracy theorist, but I cannot trust that this wasn't stolen. And I know that sounds weird coming from me. I know that sounds like some crazy conspiracy theorist, but when you're when you're in the algorithm, the political algorithms that I'm in, and you look at some of these numbers, I cannot say, and we see the Democrats' whole thing is, well, we have to go with the norm, and we have to have a certain amount of decorum, rather than contest and say, prove and show me in every single voting district in every state in this country that it was won. Instead of doing that, they just willfully said, "Well, I guess we have to just go with what they said it was, and because because we need a certain amount of decorum, and we have to go with political norms. Political norms, if I'm to believe the numbers, are what lost the election anyway." That's what I'm saying, Antonia. These numbers that are trickling out every month or two, we get more numbers out of some of these areas. Well, we know this shit is not the numbers ain't adding up. Oh, we're going to find out. But the problem is weak, feckless ass people who want us to do nothing but shut up and be quiet and don't say nothing they don't like. Don't go protest. Don't do nothing that's gonna get them mad. They might throw you in jail. When we sit down and just let them do it, we come to find out that that was the wrong answer and the wrong advice to tell people. Because when you have this caliber of evil and hatred, and you willfully subject yourself to what they tell you to do, they go further. They never stop. They're never happy. They're never satisfied. You shut up, then by you being quiet and not saying anything, then they're going to go far and say, well, I don't like that you not saying nothing. Say that I'm always right. Say that Charlie Kirk is better than Martin Luther King. Say, there's always the moving of the goalposts. That's why you have to resist anyway. You're never going to win. Just a mess. Just a whole mess. In more Chicago news, Mayor Brandon Johnson is trying to do what he can, but he's just a mayor. He's only a mayor. And this is why I say to you, when you are a blue city in a red state, that red state, if and when they send the National Guard, nobody's going to be there to fight to help you. There's nobody to fight for you, because in those same red states, in most of them, you have a red legislature, a red Supreme Court, and a state Supreme Court, and a red governor's mansion, and they are going to go full bohica to Donald John, letting them do any and everything they want to those blue cities. They don't want nothing to do with the blue cities in those red states anyway. They will invite them to come and fuck y'all up. Let me read this story before I get off the before I start spiking out again. Where's the story I need? Right here. So, Chicago Mayor Brandon Johnson signed an executive order today banning federal immigration officials from using city property in their operations. The order prevents Immigration and Customs Enforcement ICE officers from using city owned parking lots, vacant lots, and other locations for staging, processing, and operations. It directs city departments to implement the measures within 5 days, requires city employees to immediately report violations, and encourages local businesses and community organizations to adopt similar policies. Last month, ICE launched Operation Midway Blitz to target migrants without legal status in Chicago. Ch- Um, Ju- Mayor Johnson and Illinois Governor J.B. Pritzker have criticized the surge in federal immigration enforcement to the city. Um, there was a situation over this weekend where we saw one of the alders over in Chicago got tackled to the ground and temporarily detained by ICE. We had all of that going on this weekend. City officials who were choosing to sit with someone in the emergency room to make sure that that person got the care that they needed from a broken leg that they got because ICE brutally tackled this person to the ground and broke the man's leg. And the one of the older person from Chicago, because they have older people, the older men or older woman or older person, whatever you want to call it. Those are like their city council members in Chicago. The older person wanted to sit there with the person, and so when ICE was trying to literally physically arrest the man in the emergency room who was getting treatment from a fucking broken leg that they caused, and she asked them, "Do you all have a judicial warrant to detain this person?" They then tackled the older person to the ground and detained them. Mm-hmm. Uh-huh. And because they asked about a judicial warrant, that I said that they were impeding the federal work of a federal agency. That all happened this weekend. Mm-hmm. That happened this weekend in Chicago. A blue city in a blue state, which is why I get so angry when I watch our people, some of these people living in blue cities in red states saying, yeah, don't go out there, don't do nothing, just be quiet. Okay. Because they want us to live in fear. This is state sponsored terrorism where they want you to live in fear. Oh, you might get arrested. Okay, these things happen. I won't be the first person arrested. You know how many of my ancestors had to get arrested? You know, they like to give the nice PG-13 versions of what our ancestors had to endure. They had to endure a whole lot of shit. They like to glamorize the I Have a Dream speech of Martin Luther King. They like to glamorize the picture of Rosa Parks peacefully sitting on the bus looking out of the window. They like to glamorize all of our ancestors, the Frederick Douglasses, and all of these people, and just show the nice, wonderful pictures. What they don't show you and tell you is the amount of times these people were jailed, beaten, drugged. There's no letter from the Birmingham jail, which is one of the beautiful pieces of rhetoric ever written in the annals of humankind. If you've never read Martin Luther King's letter from the Birmingham jail, it makes the "I have a dream" speech look like something a kindergartner wrote. Let's be clear. But there's no letter from the Birmingham jail if he's not in fucking jail. So let's be clear. There has never been progress for us and our people. And I'll continue to say this, without bloodshed. There has been bloodshed. There has have been horrible atrocities happening. And I am not saying that, oh yes, bring on the bloodshed and atrocities. But what the point that I'm making is, no movement in this country has happened by just sitting back and saying, yeah, let's just wait. There was no amount of waiting for the next election that was going to move the needle in the civil rights era, when people actually had the right to vote, but they were suppressing the black vote. Right, Sam Mara, all of this. Oh, I'm not putting my body in the way. Oh, I'm not going to get arrested. I told y'all last week when I had a whole spike out, everybody done got comfortable. Everybody say, I can't lose my job, or I can't be put out. No. Okay. Tell that to federal workers who are losing their jobs by the thousands. Mhm. And I say that, you know what's so ironic is, prior to this administration, if you had asked anyone what's the most stable and secure job in all of American society, they will always first say, oh, federal job. They never get fired. And here we are. Federal government, highest largest employer of black people in the country. So, but all of these people, they don't want to be uncomfortable. Don't want to be uncomfortable. Don't want to be uncomfortable. Oh, no. I'm not going out there. I'm not putting my body on the line. Okay. I want you to remember that when it happens to your family. Remember that when it's your relative or it's you that it's happening to. Remember that you didn't want to put yourself on the line. Remember that you want people to stay home and not be bothered because there's nothing to see here. Let's just go about business as usual. It's a mess. A mess. In more news, let me tell you something, Hakeem. Let me tell you something, Hakeem. Go sit your ass the fuck down somewhere, Hakeem. Get the fuck, just go the fuck away. Go a fucking way forever. Why? Just sit the fuck down somewhere. Somebody go get this man. Somebody go get his ass and sit his ass the fuck down and tell him, don't ever go to a microphone again in life. Don't ever run for office again in life. Just go sit your ass the fuck down somewhere and just get out of the fucking fight. Leave us the fuck alone. Hey, El Cid. Auntie Kim can attest for sitting there saying you're not gonna put yourself and your job on the line, thinking that you somehow gonna be spared from this. Nobody will be spared. And when it comes knocking on your door, you will wish you would have went out there. Now let me tell you why I got bitch ass Hakeem Jeffries on our screen. This fool, I'm gonna read the story and try to not be not emote or not put any stank on. I'm going to, read it quite blandly and let y'all deal with it. House Minority Leader Hakeem Jeffries, Democrat of New York, on Monday, that would be today, challenged Speaker Mike Johnson, Republican of Louisiana, to a debate about the government shutdown on the floor of the lower chamber. The request for a prime-time, nationally televised debate comes as the government shutdown approaches a full week, with each side in Congress blaming each other. In a letter that Minority Leader Jeffries penned to House Speaker Mike Johnson, he said, quote, Democrats have been clear and consistent in our position. The country needs immediate bipartisan negotiations between the White House and congressional leadership in order to reach an enlightened spending agreement that reopens the government, improves the lives of hardworking American taxpayers, and addresses the Republican health crisis. End of quote. So, here's another quote from it. Given the urgency of the moment and the Republican refusal to negotiate a bipartisan agreement, a debate on the House floor will provide the American people with the transparency they deserve. It will also give you an opportunity to explain your my way or the highway approach to shutting the government down when Democratic votes are needed to resolve the impasse that exists. End of quote. To which Mike Johnson responded, quote, the House has done its job. I'm not going to let Hakeem try to pretend for these theatrics. This is a Chuck Schumer decision. The ball is in the Senate's court now. End of court. He didn't even give you the dignity of calling you Minority Leader Jeffries. He said, Hakeem, I ain't got time for Hakeem and his fuck shit. What are you talking about? There's nothing to debate. We have already passed this on the lower chamber. We didn't need you bitches. We voted, it passed, it's in the Senate. What are we debating for? Exactly. I hate to agree with the Speaker of the House, but what the fuck is a debate going to do for you, sir? This isn't up for debate on the. Y'all debated on this. You lost. This shit, they don't need you on the House. What the fuck are you having a televised debate about something that already passed in the fucking House, Hakeem? You and your little scathing letter. See, this is the fuck shit that I'm talking about, y'all. Like, what are you doing? Like, this fool literally said, no, he did not. Just so you know, Aquarius, we read through all of the members of Congress that gave up their salary. He's not giving up that APAC money. I don't know what you thought this was, Aquarius, the only real side. He's not giving up that APAC money. This man said, yes, let's go on national television, prime time national television. Let's have a debate. Great. so you can get dog walked again. Because I'm gonna be honest with you. I'm gonna be honest with you, Hakeem. You have the stage presence and the bravado of dried cum. Uh, uh, that's as best I can put it. Miss Bay thing, I don't know, honey. I don't understand these people. No, what's gonna happen is they gonna get even more embarrassed than they've already been embarrassed. Like you really want the national, on a national stage to further embarrass yourself, Hakeem? Really, bruh? Like I just don't get these people. I li- I don't have the energy. Right. When it gets all crusty and flaky, girl, just a mess. Just a damn mess. A mess. Just a damn mess. I don't, Hakeem, I don't have time, Hakeem. This was the story that I had to add to the dossier at the last minute. So, the young man who you see there, that, well, let me tell you about him. Pressure is mounting on Virginia Democratic Attorney General nominee Jay Jones to drop out of his race following leaked text messages in which he openly talks about violence directed toward former Virginia House Speaker Todd Gilbert. A chorus of Republicans in and out of Virginia are calling on Jay Jones to drop out, including President Trump and Vice President Vance. The Republican gubernatorial nominee, Lieutenant Governor Winsome Earl Sears, quickly jumped on the news, rolling out an ad tying her opponent, former Representative Abigail Spanberger, to Virginia Attorney General nominee Jay Jones. His opponent in the race, State Attorney General Jason Myers, Republican, released his own ad today asking voters if they could trust Jones to protect their children. Nominee Spanberger, gubernatorial nominee Spanberger, has distanced herself from the comments, saying in a statement that she conveyed her quote disgusts in the quote to Jones over the texts, but she's likely to face growing pressure over the development as Republicans used the story to attack her and other Democrats, arguing she isn't going far enough by not calling on him to drop out. Now, here's what happened. The text messages, which were sent in 2022, were first reported by the National Review and later published by the Republican Attorneys General Association. The text message said, quote, 3 bullets, 2 people, end of quote. He sent that text to House Delegate Kerry Coyner, which was about then Virginia House Speaker Todd Gilbert. So what they're saying is that Jay Jones was directing violence toward Virginia House Speaker at the time, who was a Republican, Gilbert, not Jay Gilbert, Todd Gilbert. Another text message said, quote, Gilbert, Hitler, and Pol Pot. Another end of quote. Another text message said, Gilbert gets 2 bullets to the head. End of quote. Another text message says, quote, spoiler, put Gilbert in the crew with the two worst people you know, and he receives both bullets every time. End of quote. Coiner, in response, who was sent the messages, told Jones, who at the time did not hold an elected office, to stop. So Coiner did tell him to stop. Jay Jones at the time did not hold any political office. My question is, how did the National Review even get these text messages? Now, the National Review also reported in a follow-up conversation with Coiner that that Jones suggested that he wished Gilbert's wife could see her children die so that her husband would reconsider his political views on gun violence. Even though it's October and the gubernatorial race is yet just a month away, what they're saying is that this could not that even if Spanberger wins the governor's race, this could affect gubernatorial candidates down ballot. The fear is we're so close to the election that it would threaten to have the attorney general's office fall into the hands of a staunch MAGA Republican. This is a whole mess. A whole ass mess. Again, how now I gotta point my fingers. I'm sorry. I gotta point my fingers to House Delegate Coiner, Kerry Coiner. Now, what doesn't help is Kerry Coiner is a Republican. She's a member of the Virginia House of Delegates. She's a Republican. So she would be how the National Review got this mess. Exactly. And she's been holding on to this for some time. We just talked about old boy the other day out of Virginia who's running for a lieutenant governor. He ain't dropping out. Hey, Xavier, I just want you to know, Xavier, because of you, we started this live with people putting fists in the chat. I hope he does. Don't drop out. But what they're what Republicans are hoping is they're hoping that he doesn't drop out and that it hurts the down ballot Democrats. Winsome Earl Sears is too under the water for this to help her. Spanberger is going to win this, but they're saying in some of the more contested elections down ballot that this could hurt Democrats down ballot. First of all, Jay, why are you even having these kind of conversations with Republican, with the Republicans anyway? But here we are. I don't know how this is going to shake out. I'll keep you informed of how this goes, y'all. Jay, you got to help us out here, bruh. I'm sure not telling you to drop out of the race. But sir, God, this came at a bad time. In more news, we go over to the state of Alabama. So we had the classic game, between Tuskegee and Morehouse, where there was a mass shooting there. There have been 2 people that have lost their lives in the deadly shooting, and 14 others were injured, including 2 children. One of the 2 people that passed away was a child. I'm sorry, not wasn't a child, but one of the children that was injured is critically injured. So 2 people were killed, 14 others injured. Of that 14, 2 are children, and one of those 2 children was critically injured. Now, this happened following the football game between Tuskegee and Morehouse. They say gunfire erupted around 11:30 as crowds gathered during one of the city's busiest nights. Um, there was a fair going on and other attractions, in conjunction with said football game. It was a classic. 2 HBCUs in a big game. According to reports, the chaos started when a fight broke out between 2 groups and quickly escalated into a running gun battle through the packed streets. Law enforcement says there were 2 parties involved that were shooting at each other in the middle of a crowd. One woman was among the 2 people killed, and at least 2 children were caught in the crossfire, one suffering life-threatening injuries. Authorities say 12 of the 14 victims remain hospitalized as of yesterday. No arrests have been made yet. This is going to be one of, I'm telling y'all, this is us. Don't be surprised. This is our people. These are us. I hate to have to inform you. It's us. I mean, is it that bad that y'all got to be shooting at each other and a crowd of people just running away from each other, blankly shooting? Like, what the fuck? And these are our people. This is our people. I just cannot. In more senseless violence, that is the home of Judge Diane Goodstein. She is a Democrat appointed circuit judge. Her home erupted in fire, sending 3 members of her family to the hospital, including her husband, who's a former state senator. Now, the cause is still under investigation, but she has been the subject of death threats and all types of shit going on from MAGA. MAGA nuts have doxed this woman. Stephen Miller mentioned her at times. It's a whole mess. She was walking her dogs at the time of the explosion at her 3-story home in luxury gated community in Edisto Beach. A spokesperson for the South Carolina State Law Enforcement Division confirmed that the investigation that is still ongoing. They said, quote, the investigation is active and ongoing. More information may be available as the investigation continues. End of quote. They're saying, quote, and this is coming from South Carolina Chief Justice, saying, quote, at this time, we do not know whether the fire was accidental or arson. until the determination is made. South Carolina Law Enforcement Department Chief Mark Keel has alerted local law enforcement to provide extra patrols and scrutiny. End of quote. Now, that same young man that was spoken to in the last quote, that would be South Carolina Law Enforcement Division Chief Mark Keel. He said, quote, "At this time, there's no evidence to indicate the fire was intentionally set. South Carolina Law Enforcement Division agents have preliminarily found there is no evidence to support a fire explosion." End of quote. Why are you even saying that if this is still under the investigation, under investigation? Shall I remind you, just days ago, they were over there in Mississippi saying, "Oh no, that young man, that was a self-inflicted hanging, but we're still completing the autopsy," only for there to be a second independent autopsy that said that there was blunt force trauma to Trey Reed's head and body, which proves that it was not self-inflicted. And here again, this judge who y'all doxed, who y'all told the MAGA nuts to go after, y'all done exploded this woman's house, but y'all came right out. It's under investigation, but there's no way it could have been, a fire explosion. Oh no, there's no way this was an intentional fire. So by spontaneous combustion, her house just set fire. A mess. A damn mess. Well, we know that Tracy Sled is very corrupt, but they want us to believe, oh no, nothing to see here. It's just was a inconvenient accident here. They are unhinged. Hey, Quake. Child, Butterfly, Sled ain't worth a damn anyway. We're gonna keep Judge Goldstein in our prayers. Her and her family. We hope them a speedy recovery. But this is some fuck shit. A mess. In more sugar spiky news. Well, y'all thought he was only going after the big names. Now he's going after Reverend Al. Your president called out Reverend Al Sharpton in a social media post, seemingly aiming at his administration's largest target in what has become a pattern of attacking free speech. Yesterday evening, your president took to Truth Social to attack Reverend Al for his political views and went as far as to call for the FCC, chaired by his appointee Brendan Carr, to, quote, look into, end of quote, Sharpton's MSNBC weekend show Politics Nation. He wrote on Truth Social, quote, "I knew Al Sharpton for many years, not that it matters, but he was a major Trump fan. He'd ask me to go to his fake rallies all the time because I brought big crowds and he couldn't get anybody to come without me." What does this mess say? Then he did the Tawana Browley hoax, one of the worst low-level scams in history, and that set him back big time. Then he got to know Brian Roberts, chair of Fake News NBC, who gave him what would become one of the lowest rated shows in television history. Roberts is afraid to take him off because because it wouldn't be politically correct. This is just one of the many reasons that the FCC should look into the license of NBC, which shows almost exclusively positive Democrat content. Likewise, ABC fake news about the same thing, 97% negative to Republicans. End of quote. I don't expect anything good out of NBC. I do. I don't expect MSNBC. Well, I shouldn't say NBC. MSNBC is not connected to MSNBC. I do not expect MSNBC to have any cover, any protection to Reverend Al. Y'all see what they did to Joy Reid, right? I mean, I don't even see how black women stay over there. First of all, Sanders Townsend, why are you even still over there? Because they don't want you there. Michael Steele, they only keep his black ass because he's still a rhino, a Republican in name only, which is nothing more than a establishment dem. They are trying to rebrand as MS Now. It ain't happened yet. But do you not think that the Brendan Carr, who is one of the people who hang from the pubic hairs of his God King Donald John, going to try to pressure MSNBC to taking him down? Just a mess. In some good news, finally, God be with us. Our girl Cori Bush has launched her campaign to get her seat back in the St. Louis area. She is running against Wesley Bell, who only got that seat because AIPAC put millions of dollars into his campaign, fronted the bulk of the money for his campaign. Let's be clear, you won't be getting that money from AIPAC this go around, Wesley Bell. AIPAC got what they needed out of you. They don't feel the need to and people are finally starting to see AIPAC for who and what it is, and they are pretty much toxic on the Democratic ticket. So how the fuck are you gonna win this election, Wesley Bell? I'll wait. I fully expect our girl, should we have a midterm election in 2026, I fully expect our girl Cori Bush to be back in Congress. I'm just saying. Yeah, Xavier, our girl coming to reclaim her seat. Did I forget to mention that Wesley Bell was one of the Dems, along with Hakeem Jeffries, that voted on that Charlie Kirk resolution? A mess. A fucking mess. But girl, we love you, Cori Bush. We love you, girl. And we can't wait to have you back in Congress with the squad. Bad Bunny, I'm gonna have to drag you a little bit later, Bad Bunny, because you made the dossier twice. Let me get to the Sugar Spike segment version of the Bad Bunny story. So Bad Bunny, who's under attack from MAGA nuts, is now under attack from girl, y'all's girl Marjorie Taylor Greene. So she's on record today saying, quote, on social media, quote, Bad Bunny says America has 4 months to learn Spanish before his perverse, unwanted performance at the Super Bowl halftime. It would be a good time to pass my bill to make English the official language of America. And the NFL needs to stop having demonic sexual performances. End of quote. Marjorie. Marjorie, go sit your ass down. Go sit your ass the fuck down. The MAGA nuts are mad because the season 51 premiere of SNL had was hosted by Bad Bunny, who did a whole portion of the monologue only in Spanish. Beautiful, good. I'm good. I'm glad. Here's the translation of what he said in Spanish. Es, especially all of the Latinos and Latinas in the world here in the United States who have worked to open doors. It's more than a win for myself. It's a win for all of us. Our footprints and our contribution in this country, no one will ever be able to take that away or erase it. End of quote. I'm here for it. All of it. Eat a dick, Marjorie. In more sugar spiky news, this made the rounds this weekend. So, John Solomon, a teacher at MacArthur Elementary School in Lakewood, California, has been placed on administrative leave pending an ongoing inquiry after he was accused of sending a photo of a group chat of fellow educators in May depicting a black child wearing a toy ankle monitor. The image, according to the Long Beach Post, was an AI generated mock up of a fake toy package featuring a black child with an ankle monitoring bracelet accompanied by the caption, quote, "My first ankle monitor." It's alleged the message sent alongside the image read, quote, "We need this for our runners," end of quote, in reference to special education students who sometimes wander. Um, I lost my place. Sorry, y'all. I'm sorry. In reference to special education students who sometimes wander from class or school grounds. The teacher who taught fourth and fifth grade and also serves as secretary of the Teachers Association of Long Beach Union has maintained that his phone was hacked and that he did not send the message. However, a three-person commission tasked with investigating the incident uh, said it found no credible reason to believe that the text message did not originate from him. Those who find the image offensive say it is because it reinforces racial stereotypes that criminalize black children and make light of the over policing of black youths. Now, the woman you see there, she's credited with the original image that was AI. Oh, did I mention that he is the treasurer for the teachers union in Long Beach? I just wanted to reiterate. He is the treasurer of the teachers union in Long Beach. Moving on. In our last sugar spiky story of the day, that trollop you see there, that would be Barry Weiss. That's her. Paramount Skydance announced today that it has acquired the Free Press, the Free Press, a digital media company founded by Barry Weiss, and appointed her as the new editor in chief of CBS News. The deal, valued at roughly $150 million in cash and stocks, brings Barry Weiss's growing subscriber driven platform under the same corporate roof as CBS, Showtime, and Paramount, according to CBS News. It also places her, who rose to prominence as a conservative leaning critic of liberal media culture, at the helm of one of the nation's oldest and most trusted news brands. Now, for those people who don't know who this woman is, Barry Weiss is a staunch transphobe. She is a conservative who has a problem with the current, as she calls it, left leaning news outlets. Meanwhile, we over here who are really on the left know that the legacy news media is not left leaning at all. But she is now the president of CBS News. And knowing that she's at the helm of CBS News means you can expect it to go the route of Fox News. Many people who've worked with her have called her racist. Many people who've worked with her said that she promoted Nazi-esque ideologies. We know she's a raging transphobe and bigot. She happens to be a lesbian. But I told y'all, all of them letters in the Rainbow Coalition compound are not connected. She's married to a woman. She is, but she's a transphobe. She's racist. She has what people call Nazi-esque ideologies, and she believes that the current major news outlets are too left leaning. We talked about Trump's pressure on these major media conglomerates, and this is CBS or Paramount or Skydance Paramount after they bent the knee. We know they fired Stephen Colbert. Now they're putting CBS News under the helm of a MAGA nut, and they're going to say, "Oh, but she's lesbian." She over there in that log cabin too, over there in the dark wooded area of the Rainbow Coalition compound. Listen, I have a lot of sources. The Dare Show. I have a lot of sources. But if you look in if this was the her becoming president of CBS News was the biggest story in news not the biggest story in the news, but when you look up news stories about the news or about the press or journalism, this was the biggest story in journalism today. She sure did. Yeah, she's a lesbian. Anyway, as we delve out of the Sugar Spike segment deeper into the dossier, I can get through this review real quick. So last night we had season 10, episode 1 of The Real House Skanks of Potomac. The episode was titled Second Bloom. They started off with Karen getting out of jail. And then they went back 6 months. They was at Giselle's house. Satana, Ashley Darby showed up. And they started discussing Stacy and the fact that Stacy paid that gay man to act like he was her man last season. Wendy and Kiana showed up, and then Stacy came. They all discussed Karen getting out of jail, right? Stacy then became this topic of conversation, and she denied That because at first it was just rumors that she paid the man. The man came out and said she paid him because he was on the phone with the husbands and everything, and came out during the reunion that she paid that man to say he was her husband, right? Well, um, she was really trying to get into her acting bag, I guess. Acting like she didn't know what they was talking about. Acting like this was so far fetched. Like it was real Tyler Perry esque. Like you really, girl, is trying to become one of the characters on a Tyler Perry show with that acting, that horrible ass acting you was doing, Stacy. She all of a sudden became the victim, and now everybody was picking on her because she's the victim and stormed out. Giselle says she and Ashley was somewhere in Hollywood. I forgot where they was. Down to Hollywood, and met some girl who said she was TJ's friend and showed them court papers and documents with Stacy's name on there because according to the court documents, Stacy was supposed to pay that man TJ half of her paycheck. Half, half of her Potomac paycheck. And hadn't paid that man his money. And the wrong thing you could do is have a queen not get her coins. Oh, it was Essence Fest. Okay. You tell a queen that you ain't gonna give her her money, that you gonna give her money and then don't give her money. Baby, that woman said, I know the fuck you lying, and is now suing Stacy. Well, listen, TJ, mama girl mama. I hope you have definitive documentation with her saying that she was gonna pay you that money. Mm-hmm. But half, I don't know if I believe half of the paycheck. That's a lot of damn money. That man was only on that much, and you getting half her paycheck? Oh, girl, no, ma'am. Girl, you couldn't find. He wasn't even that cute, Stacy. Now, if you gonna pay somebody, at least pay somebody that's cuter and more believable to be straight. It's enough men floating around DC, Potomac area. You could have found you a nice little guy, cleaned him up, gave him a little bit. You ain't even have to give him your paycheck. Baby, you could have gave him a little stipend, let him stay with you for a little bit and stay quiet. Cleaned him up, found you a little diamond in the rough, and you wouldn't even be going through all of that. And he might have could have gave you some dick because you look like you need some. There's plenty of homosexuals out here that will give you the dick you need, be your little dude that you want him to do, and find him a fake made up job. Since we lying, he could lie about the job that he got. They do it all the time. Harold said, where the receipts at? TJ said he was going to expose Stacy almost a year ago and hasn't produced a darn thing. Wasn't him suing her? Wouldn't him suing her be public? How come no one found? I ain't got nothing to do with it. I don't know. We're supposed to allegedly take the word of Giselle and Satana that they saw these documents. And with Satana, all she needs is that much and she'll go and run with that. Hey, Jay Parrish. We're supposed to take the words of Satana and Giselle, who are both looking for a storyline. Girl, I can't. We fast forward to 2 months later. Stacy meets for dinner with her ex husband. She claimed they back together. Girl, I ain't care. I mean, y'all back together right after y'all got divorced. I'm supposed to believe that? Because that man looked like he was acting too. He looked like he was reading from a script. Or is it just me? Am I the only one? Did that white man look like he was reading from a script when he was sitting at that table with her? Like, it's more this Tyler Perry ass acting. Every time I see Stacy, I'm looking at some why did I get married? Or, all of these awful ass Tyler Perry movies and shit and TV shows. House of Pain and all this garbage. Just a mess. Just a damn mess. We did see Kiana at home. She got a new condo. Saying that what the man name is, Greg. She needed to be put she needed her own. Just a mess. Right there for him. Just put the little microphone hanging out of her wig. Out of her wig. Out of her wig. Wig. Y'all know we didn't have no wig sighting last week on Thursday before we got out of here. So we had to bring wig on. Thank you, DR4 for giving us a wig sighting. Wig. Anyway, Kiana girl. Just find you a new man, Kiana. You're a cute enough black woman. You could find you another man, a cuter one at that. That should be clear. You do not have to settle for this man and his fuck shit, Kiana. But I guess the dick better be real good. Her mama Michelle came over and they discussed Greg and the fact that she back with him. I ain't really care after that. If you want to be dumb enough to go back with him, go ahead. Wendy and is home with Eddie and the kids. Why was Wendy's cheering, clowning her? Anybody notice her kids be clowning her about not having a job nowhere in America? Like, I feel like her kids were really clowning her, like, Mama, you really don't have no job nowhere. You don't really do nothing. I was like, oh, especially that oldest son. What's the oldest son name? I can't think of the oldest son name, but that oldest son be clowning her. I'm here for the oldest son. Her kids are gonna do her like Giselle daughters be doing her ass. Cause you know Giselle daughters be dog walking her. Wendy, your kids gonna be dragging you. Baby, them kids gonna be dragging you, Wendy. Girl. And that oldest boy I got my eye on that oldest son. That tongue is a little quick, a little vicious and quick witted. I don't know. I think the oldest boy kind of 12. But that oldest there's a little spice on that tongue from the oldest boy. I'm gonna just leave that right there. Like the younger boy is more the thug. The older boy. Now, one thing, Harold, Wendy is always gonna have a look. You never gonna catch Wendy slipping, okay? You never gonna catch Wendy slipping. I know really be done started. We gonna get through this and we gonna go over there. Happy Eddie is opening up in New Jersey, a third state. Hannah goes to some boutique to start planning for her second bloom ball that she's having. And she's having this because of her divorce. Hannah, the word divorce should be like the bucket of water was for the Wicked Witch of the West in the Wizard of Oz. Like, it should be like kryptonite. You should not be allowed to say the word divorce, Satana, when you spent 525,600 years, not minutes, 525,600 years claiming you were getting a divorce. Girl, like, she really should be allergic to the word divorce. It should make her just break out in the hives. Stacy comes over. Satana confronts Stacy about the evidence that she claims her and Giselle saw when they saw TJ's best friend. Stacy said, she then told Stacy, "Well, girl, I'm gonna start checking the Commonwealth of Virginia databases to see if you really got divorced, because I'm the one that's the poster child for needing to check whether or not people got divorced, right, Satana? You of all people checking databases about people and their divorces? Really? Y'all know I can't stand that woman. That bitch irks my nerve. She do got a hard on for Stacy. Stacy tell a few lies here and there, but Satana be lying too. That bitch been lying for a long time. Child, the nerve. Stacy said she wasn't here for this fuck shit. When Satana mentioned them damn Commonwealth of Virginia databases, baby Stacy said, I ain't here for this fuck shit, and stormed out. I'm telling y'all, she's giving y'all Tyler Perry movie realness here. Giselle, we see her at home commiserating about being an empty nester. She called Satana on FaceTime, and Satana brought her up to speed on the confrontation she had with Stacy when Stacy stormed out. Right. Harold said, your bitch ass need to check the databases for a damn job. Satana, she ain't got no job nowhere in America. And that came from Harold. Child, we did see Kiana. She went over to Angel's house. That was for us to meet Angel, who's one of the new chick. They went on this little hike. The only reason that scene was there for us to meet Angel. I feel like I know her husband. Where I know her husband from, y'all? What was his name? Is he a former athlete? Like, he looks so familiar to me. I feel like he's an athlete. Yes, he played football. I knew I was right. I knew when I was looking at him, I say, damn, I know his face. Yeah, he played football. Okay. I was like, God, I know this man. Okay. Cause she really out here like, oh, she got all this money and she made it on her own. I just really wish some of these housewives would just be honest. Baby, my husband made millions of dollars in the NFL, which allowed me to have extra money and capital to do a lot of things. I might have had a little business or something before I met him, but having millions of dollars with my husband, help inject my company, with extra money. Just be honest. You ain't gotta lie. Just tell us the truth. But they be making it like, yeah, girl, I got all of this. I got this big ass house and all of these acres and this big business, and I got it all on my own. Girl. I just wish they would just be honest for some reason. Don't do me, Xavier. Do not do me. Right. We have several houses, and I've gotten all of this on my own. On my own. Child, girl. We did meet Tia. It was nothing to see that when we met Tia. The last thing we saw was this bloom ball. I had no interest in Satana making her entrance down the stairs. I had no interest in none of this. I ain't care about her at all. Kiana confronted Wendy. Kiana, girl, you over here. These girls. Now, one thing I'll say, these girls love getting mad at Wendy for nothing. That whole argument Kiana had with Wendy, I was over here like, is this what we doing, Kiana? Really? Like, that was just a bunch of shit that I was like, girl, go sit down somewhere, Kiana. And then at the end of the episode, Satana and Stacy again are having a whole shouting match. I mean, at this point, Satana ain't got a storyline the first, ain't got a job the first, don't have nothing. So she has to concoct a reason to be on screen. So having these fake shouting matches with Stacy is going to be what she does all season long. Here we are. They said they talk about the woman's breath and all of that. I mean, throw the woman a Tic Tac or something. Throw an Altoid or something. I don't know. That was the whole episode. Well, you know, we'll be here on Mondays to give y'all I don't know if I'm gonna dedicate filming and editing a review, but I can do it on Mondays for y'all. Okay. She been doing it for 10 seasons now. I might well, I don't know if I'm gonna be able to get to this Mark Sanchez story, but this Mark Sanchez story is real serious, y'all. Real quick, Mark Sanchez attacked this man, this 69-year-old man. The man was working, it was, I think, at a Marriott hotel. He doesn't work for Marriott, but he works for one of those companies that dispose of cooking grease. You know what I'm saying? Where they go to the little vat or the little receptacle out back, and they, drain the receptacle of the old cooking grease. If you know anything about restaurants and stuff, like, that that's a thing. So apparently, drunk or high or a combination, as they're saying, they say he was on some illicit drug. Mark Sanchez went and started attacking the man. The man sprayed Mark Sanchez with pepper spray. Baby, they say Mark Sanchez just wiped that bitch off and kept attacking the man. So much so, the man had to pull out a knife and stab Mark Sanchez. Now, when the story first got released, they tried to say, oh, it was some black man attacking Mark Sanchez and stabbed him up. Come to find out, when the police came, it was Mark Sanchez who attacked the man. And Mark Sanchez ended up getting his ass arrested. So he ended up being stabbed, and there's pictures and images of him running down the block, leaking and shit, blood all over him, all over the block and shit. Now, if you don't know who Mark Sanchez is a former NFL quarterback, played for the New York Jets. And remember Rex Ryan, who I talked about on the last Run Your Mouth, who tried to call out Shador? He used to be the coach of the New York Jets when Mark Sanchez was there. He's best known for the butt fumble and stuff like that. But anyway, they threw his ass in jail. And while he was leaking blood and ended up having to go to jail. They reported it as a door dasher. Come to find out, it was not. They called it a delivery person. But come to find out, they called it a delivery driver. But come to find out, what happened was the man was somebody who actually worked. It's the company does two things. They deliver oil to large, quantities of oil to these to restaurants and things, but they also dispose of the old cooking oil and stuff like that. Yep. So he's leaking and he's in jail. Good riddance. I ain't got time for this Gucci man. I don't have time, Gucci. Gucci said he was kidnapped by his wife. I ain't got time, Gucci. I don't care. I don't want to know why you're saying your wife kidnapped you while you were having a mental breakdown. I don't care, sir. Go with God. Dion is probably gonna have to take another couple games out. He's having more blood clots. If you watched him on the game that he lost on Saturday, he was limping. Come to find out, he did reveal that he does have blood clots and things that have returned in his foot and stuff. He's been having a lot of medical episodes and conditions. You just may need to sit the rest of the season out. And I hate to say that, but you may need to take an extended amount of time out, heal your body, get back up and functional, Dion, and come back better. Bad Bunny, I told y'all he made the dossier twice. Now, this is Bad Bunny, because he says there's rumors that he's planning to have Wheelchair Jimmy come out on the Super Bowl with him. Let me tell you something, Benito. Your mama named you Benito, so I'm gonna call you Benito. Benito, come here, Benito. Come here, Benito. Benito. Um, the worst thing, sir, that you could do. We're rooting for you, Benito. We're rooting for you. We want to see you win. But that winning is not going to happen if you cart out BBL Drizzy, Wheelchair Jimmy. If you cart Wheelchair Jimmy out there, we're no longer rooting for you. And since we know ICE is going to be there, we hope ICE comes and detains Wheelchair Jimmy. ICE, if you do nothing else to solve the immigration crisis, ICE, can you solve the immigration crisis of Wheelchair Jimmy? Get his ass and send his ass back up to America's hat and leave his ass there to never come back down here with us. We don't want no parts of Wheelchair Jimmy. Benito, listen. No Wheelchair Jimmy. In our last story of the day, I don't know why Tracy C. Somebody go find Tracy C. and ask her why she ain't send me this. Allegedly, there's a new Diddy lawsuit where a man identified only as John Doe has filed a lawsuit in LA accusing Diddy of hosting a party where he says he was drugged and later assaulted, leading to an HIV diagnosis. Now, he ain't said it was Diddy that gave it to him. He said he got it down to the Diddy sex excursion. Tracy may be able to give us those details in a yeah, another John Doe. And the John Doe said there was a whole, Diddy sex excursion, sex party or whatever. And now he ain't say Diddy gave him the hot sauce, but what he said is he got the hot sauce from the excursion. Baby, I don't know who it is, Cymera. It's just John Doe. Baby, baby, they said the man is claiming he got the hot sauce down to the Diddy party. Well, I don't know if it was a Diddy party, but it was definitely a sex excursion. He has many of them. That would be true. But what if this was after him and Cassie were no longer together? See? I don't have the information that I have. I don't have the Oh no, he said it was back in 2014, excuse me. According to court documents, this happened in 2014. So that would be when he was with Cassie. But baby, I don't know. I ain't got nothing to do with it. I wonder if the little dark skinned man with the big old dick who claimed that Cassie loved him so much is the one who gave it to him. Baby, I don't know. Let me see if Tracy put the documents in. Did Tracy? No, Tracy ain't send me the document. She'll pull it at some point and send it to her. But Tracy did not send us the documents, so I don't have them. Anyway, that's the dossier for today, y'all. I know I'm really late. I'm kind of glad I went a little bit late. The members of the members only chat already know, but I'm going to be out until Monday of next week. I will be out for a week. Y'all will see me again on Monday. I got to take a little bit of a hiatus. I'll be back on next week, Monday. I will miss y'all just like y'all will miss me, but we'll be back Monday better than ever, like we never left. Okay, but I unfortunately I have to. I gotta go. But I'll be back in a week. I will be back in a week. I will be back in a week, and y'all will see me like I never left. Okay. Anyway, as I always say, I love y'all. I love on y'all. Thank you all for being. We love you too. I'm gonna miss y'all too. Now y'all know I'm gonna miss y'all. As I always say, I love y'all. I love on y'all. Thank you all for being vocal, present, and active. Thank you for doing what you do. Thank you all for any and all contributions that you make to the channel. They are much obliged. They're much appreciated. I love y'all. Love, love, love y'all so much. But I'll be back. And it'll be like I never left. All right. I'm about to get out of here. Let me set up the redirect over to Really B. I know we real late for class. Y'all don't go in there loud, okay? Don't go in there and be all loud and making a commotion, okay? Don't go over there and be all loud, making a commotion and everything. Just shh. Go in there, sneak in the back of class real quiet, like, okay? Just be real quiet. All right. I love y'all too. Anyway, but I'll be back on Monday. I will see y'all then. Oh man, we will see y'all then. That's all I got for I'll miss you as well, Ronald. That's all I got for y'all. Look at this one. Look at this one. Until next time, y'all. Thank y'all for coming. Y'all drive safely. I'm out. Love y'all.